All right. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate that. You know, as Mike said, Sadlier's website provides an array of activities and resources that are going to help you, your students, and families learn and live their faith. And you see here, we call this our 24/7 teaching assistant. And the nice thing is it is always available, but it's always available free of charge, and you never need a password. So I just want to point that out and let you know, I really believe that Mike did a great job presenting the materials, the print materials. But I think as you're preparing a lesson, you really want to have the student materials, the catechist guide, but also the web components together, like a blended model. Really, they'll help you extend your lesson and reinforce the content, and sometimes in a fun way, which we'll go through. So the official website is webelieveweb.com, and that's right up here, and you might want to put that in your favorites. However, if you do forget, you just type in sadlier.com, and what will happen is you'll come to this page here, and you see there's two sites. We have the Sadlier Oxford and then the Sadlier Religion. And so we'll click into the Sadlier Religion, and this is going to take you into the Sadlier Religion landing page. And you'll see there's so many ways to get to material. For instance, up in this top banner, depending on the type of visitor, student, catechist, teacher, come across even a priest or a deacon. Or you might know you want to look for something on prayer, so you come over here, or sacraments. Maybe by grade level, and you can see you can search here. I just want to point out, if I put my cursor over here, you'll see we have 15 different websites. We really have so much online for you. Today, we're just going to focus basically on the We Believe, which is Decay to 6, and then We Live Our Faith, 7 and 8. So we'll go through those in a second. Just want to point out, this is really, this banner here is what's new with Sadlier. You can follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. Of course, preparing for the Roman Missal, we have resources right in here for you. And if you go over to the right, we always like when you go in here, shopping is highly encouraged and recommended. So that, I just want to point, this is, again, our religion landing page. So we're going to go in as a catechist teacher. And once it's going to even narrow the search a little more. So once you get in here, you're going to pick your grade level, and we're going to say K to 8. And here we are at the Sadlier We Believe with Project Disciple K to 8 page for resources. Actually, you'll see this tab right here. Excuse me, right along here, a running banner. These are the most widely searched activities and resources on our website. So you'll see the Roman Missal is real big, Lives of the Saints, the interactive whiteboard, which we'll get into. But if I scroll down here, this is some of the evaluation tools. For instance, scope and sequence. You might be teaching 4th grade, but you want to find out what they learned in 3rd grade, so you would click on here to see exactly what they covered. A lot of times when people talk about spiral curriculum, you might want to know what that is. Click in here and you'll get some more information. Mike did a terrific job on presenting the material, but here's a section where it's really an in-service for you. So if you want to go through and get a refresher, this will pop up, and it's interactive. There's an audio and video component. And what I'll do is, Mike mentioned 6 tasks in the child book. I'm just going to go into catechist section, and I'm going to turn my volume up, and I'm going to click Overview and Lesson Plans.
Your We Believe with Project Disciple Guide provides you with everything you need. The overview and lesson planning guide for each chapter.
So you see that's there for you anytime. I'm just going to get out and go back into the page. And this is the tool over here on the left-hand side of the page. It's called Take Me To. This really unlocks all of the resources from the We Believe page. So we're going to go in and we're going to say we're a 4th grade catechist, and we're going to want to see some activities. So I'm going to click Go To. And once you get to this page here, you're going to want to look at these 3 tabs: activities, articles, and resources. And this is where you'll find everything you need as you're preparing for a lesson. So I want to go start. Actually, you can find them over here as well, just in case. We'll give you a few ways to get to things. So I want to go into some activities. We're there now. And Mike mentioned there's a great deal of activities in the student materials, the catechist guide, but we also will help you with online activities. So if I click chapter, there's one for every chapter. I want to go down and click games. We have so many games, interactive games. I'm going to go into the commandments. We'll do a look at a quick commandment activity. Here's the great one. It's really interactive. Kids have a lot of fun with this. They basically will hold this and find out where it should go. And, oh, I got it wrong, so maybe Oh, there we go, number 2. So we got that right. So the kids will keep going along until they get it right, and they have a lot of fun with it. You can print this out. There's directions here. So that's a real popular item. Also, the content connection is another one. It's interactive and a lot of fun. It's either a snowman or maybe someone, they'll have a man in a picnic. And what happens is the kids will they'll be told a hint down here. The blank told people about God's love, to trust, and have faith in God. So they'll come up here and try to guess the letter. So if you guess wrong, you'll see what happens is he starts melting. So they don't want that. They get a little sad, and so they really are trying to focus. They don't want to see the snowman melt, so they really will, really study and work hard to make sure the snowman doesn't melt. But there's really a lot of fun things here online. Let's see. This crossword puzzle is another great feature where you can go in. It is interactive, but you can also print these out. And something that's somewhat new is the flashcards. People ask at exhibits, do you have flashcards? And for a long time we didn't, but now we do. And you come in on the interactive, but the nice thing about it is you can print them out. But this will be the 10 Commandments on the back will give you the definition. You can reshuffle the cards. You can invert the cards, go to the next card. So this is one of 22, and this will be for grade 4, unit 2. So I'm just moving along. There's interactive whiteboard activities. You might have access to the interactive whiteboard in your classroom, but not every parish has that. You can direct the kids at home to do these, and that would work just as fine. But I just want to make sure that you know they're there for you, one for every chapter. They're very similar to the interactive games down here, so you'll see some similarities. The chapter reproducible masters, again, one for every chapter. And another great feature is the study guide, a great diagnostic tool. We call it a quick self-assessment guide online. And basically one for every chapter. And what you do is you click in. The kids will do this. They'll type their name up here. They'll come down and they'll take the interactive quiz. I'm just going to do it quickly. And nice thing about it, I'm just going to put in Tim again, see what happens, and we'll put in, how about A? Kids shouldn't do this at home. Let's see. I'm going to say, check your work. It says you've not answered one question. I'll say that's okay. And it's going to basically check it right away for you, give you the answer, and then let you, if you like, let the kids take it again. And it's really been well received. It's a great, like I said, diagnostic tool. You can use it as a review. You can have the kids actually take it and copy this little link right in here and send it to you as an email. So that's just some real neat ways to use the study guides. Again, one for every chapter. Lives of the Saints is also a real popular feature. We might mention saints that are in the program, but we have them also online. Here's St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. And we give you a lot of information about the saint, what she said, what the world was like, who she was, what the saint means to us today. And so we give you a lot of information, but the neat thing about this is it's an activity. There's always an intermediate activity. You'll click right here, or primary activity. So it's just really a nice, again, another activity. I mentioned there's several online, but you don't see them. So what you have to do is go into the archive section, and pretty much anything we have, if you don't see it, look up here and you'll click archive. And so I'm going to click into that, and you'll see several saints. You can basically sort them by alphabetical. You click that again, go the other way, alphabetical there, or by the feast day. So I'm going to click that, and they should pop up. Just a second, coming up. Here we go. So that's just a great way to search. I just want to mention something here. If I go back up, there's a few ways. If you see a saint you like online, you say, oh, I want to share that. You can do that through the different social media. You can email it, or you can print that out. And you'll notice these three things pretty much on all of our pages. Also, everything you'll see, if you see this little link here, everything is in Spanish as well. So as I'm going through, you'll see these links, and you'll want to know that you can, again, have them in Spanish, pretty much everything we have. And again, the archive is real important. So I'm going to go back. Actually, we went through most of the activities. So I'm going to go into articles. And we have some real neat things on vocations, letters from Africa or postcards from the Vatican City. Again, live links. You go in there and explore. From my home to yours, Kathy Hendricks does a blog for us that's there, that's updated regularly. Mike mentioned Catholic social teaching. You'll find that here, several resources on Catholic social teaching. I just want to go into this catechist development section. This is a great help for you. If you have some things you want to go over and you say, I need some more information, go into this section here and you'll find almost 100 catechist development articles. Now again, the first one here, you'll say, where are they? This is from Father Ron Lewinsky, who's doing something on the Roman Missal. This is 12th in a series. So you might want information on the Roman Missal. So again, you go into this archive section, you'll click this, and you scroll down and you'll see all the different articles. And again, you can search them by topic. You can catechesis, church, evangelization, etc. You can search them by, if you know the author, search it by author or the title. And they're very short, succinct articles that show you how to apply them in your parish and even in your homes. So that's there for you. I just wanted to mention. So we went through activities, articles. Now we'll go into some resources. The resources page has so much, and we're just going to touch a few things in depth. Well, one of them is actually Gather My Name, and I'd like to get into this, but it has so much. But I just want to point it out. Gather My Name is a whole community catechesis events. There's about 10 of them online now that you can get in, and they're PowerPoint that you can apply in your parish. So go into that if you are thinking of doing whole community catechesis events. Question of the week. These are great things. I think Mike mentioned this. You can put this in the bulletin. Just really a nice feature of question of the week. Liturgical year and this week's liturgy. Mike showed a section in the student book where we always say, let's make that connection to the Sunday liturgy. And so we do that online. If I click this, you're going to find this week coming up, September 25th. If I click that, there's always a seasonal prayer, and then there's activities to help with the readings. And then the readings will be down here. So this is a real nice feature, trying to make that connection, especially when you get into these activities, again, in Spanish. And if I just go back into, resources. 1 second, it's going to come up. This week's liturgy. This is the current week, but if you want to go back to previous weeks or upcoming weeks, you'll find those right here. So I just wanted to point that out. Now I want to go back into some more resources. If you're looking for some correlations, you'll find some of these right here. Here's just a couple neat things. In the Catechist Guide, we might make reference to a video or print resource. And you now want some more information on that. Go online here, and we'll provide that for you. For instance, in Unit 1, page 19D, if you're preparing Chapter 1, we'll give you more information. We'll tell you where to get the video or where to get the book, or maybe get more information about that. Again, so as you're preparing your lesson, we have all those things for you online. Also, we follow the Bishop's protocol on web links. So we'll provide just hundreds of links for you to go in, again, to help prepare or extend the lessons. Mike mentioned the glossary. It's in the back of the book pretty much, and the Catechist Guide for every book we have. But also there's a real neat audio glossary. And so if I go in here and click, here's something on the martyrs. And the neat thing is we'll give you the definition. Now, depending if you're using the school edition, we'll tell you which page or the parish. But the neat thing is an audio little link here. And I'm going to click this, and it's going to give you the
martyrs. People who die rather than give up their belief in a risen Jesus.
So we have that little link here for every definition that we have, grades K to 8. So I wanted to let you know that. It's a new feature that we have. I want to go back out to resources, and basically I'm winding down. I know there's so much online that I can go over, but we wanted to keep this to 40 minutes, so I just really wanted to go over the main ones. So I went through, again, this is the most important. Remember, as you get in, you're going to want to go into activities, articles, and the resources tab to find everything online. And you always want to look for your grade level, and that's usually right here. So I'm going to basically see if there's any questions. There was a chance for people to ask some questions online. Mike, do you have anything that you want to add?
Well, just I love it when you show the prayers in English and Spanish.
Oh, great. In fact, that is a question. Someone did ask about that. So I'm going to go back into this resource tab here, and I'm going to scroll down, and I think I went over that too quickly. I went into the glossary, but I didn't go into prayers. But you'll find that right here. Mike, anything in particular you want to point out?
Just any old one, but play it in English and Spanish, I think.
Okay. Let me see if I can. Let's go into a Spanish one first. So here it is in Spanish. I'm going to click this little icon.
Ave María. Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia. El Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres.
So you see that we have it in Spanish, but if I go in, I'm just going to go into Act of Faith.
Act of faith. Oh God.
And English, you see. This is great for all students, but especially English language learners. Some of the students that come in might need help with that, and this is a great, you direct them to this site, and it would really help them with, again, the glossary as well as prayers. Mike, here's another question that came up, and that is the ancillary materials for We Believe. And basically, Mike went through the student materials and the catechist guide. I went through some of the online components. We also have an assessment book, a family book, a music program, including a CD and a program director's guide, and also a review and resource book. Is that it, Mike? Anything you want to add to that?
And there's also there's an individual CD for each of the grade levels from K to 6 for the music, and there's also a song book that's in a spiral format, and it's got everything, all the notation chords and so on.
You know, here's another one, Mike, that someone asked about. I showed a lot on K to 6 on the website, and they said, what about K to 8? So I'm just going to see if I have a second to go into, say, the We Live Our Faith. It is a little different format in the 7th and 8th grade, and you'll see it's We Live Our Faith. You might like this part over here about the polls, and what is your favorite? Well, this is what is your favorite feature on We Live Our Faith site. And I think if I put this, I think it is study guides. I'm going to click that, but we have polls on so many different things, and Mike likes the big question. This one here, I was right. Study guides is the most widely used program. But you'll see here, this is some things for students, mentor moments or the project disciple activities. Mike mentioned, I just mentioned the Discover polls to download.
The Discover polls. You know.
Okay. Here's one. The first one that pops up is the best way that young people today can make a difference is, and that gives you 4 things: becoming volunteers, voicing opinions, becoming educated about current issues, fundraising for a worthy cause. So the kids will go in and say, you know, they're trying to take, I think, maybe becoming volunteers, and they're going to say, oh, let's see how that matches up. And actually, that is the number one. 46% of the kids say becoming volunteers is
and that's real data from around the English-speaking world.
Right. Anyone's using this, and here they are. And these are the different polls that they will find throughout the program. So, yeah, that's it. There's also a section here, what if I'm asked about? Some real hot topics and controversial topics, and divorce, war, abortion. Well, we really just give you the Catholic teaching on these topics. For instance, war or abortion. So we'll give you that. Kids ask those questions, 7th and 8th grade especially. And if you see something that might not be here, go in up here, type it in, and email it to us, and we'll try to help you out there. So I just wanted to let you know that. But there is so much more. Again, online, there's games and crosswords here. What if I'm asked about is letters from Africa. A lot of the things, some are similar to K to 6, but then there's some different things as well. So I think that's it with the questions, Mike. Just so I'm winding down. Anything else, Mike?
No, but thanks everybody for listening. This has been great.
Yes, we appreciate it. Again, just go online, and if you have any questions, email Mike or myself, and we will get back to you. But thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you soon. All right? Thank you so much.
All the best.